Every day, billions of people rely on caffeine to kickstart their mornings and power through the day. It's the most widely used psychoactive substance worldwide. But have you ever wondered what exactly happens inside your body when you consume caffeine? This video will delve into the science behind it. Surprisingly, the impact of caffeine is heavily influenced by your body's tolerance to it, which develops over time. For instance, low tolerance can lead to an energy surge and jitteriness, while high tolerance may make a cup of coffee feel like water. So how does caffeine work? Absorption and metabolism of caffeine. Upon consumption, caffeine swiftly enters your bloodstream from the gut. It then journeys to the liver, where it's broken down into compounds that affect various organs. The primary target is your brain. Caffeine intercepts the effects of adenosine, a neurotransmitter that induces relaxation and drowsiness. This means rather than directly providing energy, caffeine obstructs the neurotransmitter responsible for tiredness. As your cells operate, adenosine accumulates, causing fatigue. Caffeine binds to the same receptors as adenosine, leaving no room for adenosine to take effect. This diminishes tiredness and heightens alertness, amplified by increased adrenaline levels and neurotransmitter activity. Caffeine impact on brain function. Caffeine's influence on the brain is profound. It negates adenosine's calming effects, counteracting the drowsy sensation that naturally occurs as adenosine builds up throughout the day. By binding to the same receptors, caffeine essentially takes the place of adenosine, reducing tiredness and elevating alertness. Furthermore, caffeine stimulates the release of adrenaline, further intensifying this heightened state. It also boosts the activity of neurotransmitters like norepinephrine and dopamine. These chemicals play vital roles in mood regulation and energy levels. As a result, caffeine consumption leads to increased focus, arousal, and feelings of happiness and accomplishment. Influence on neurotransmitters. Caffeine's impact extends to neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers. It elevates adrenaline levels, contributing to a heightened state of alertness. Additionally, it enhances the activity of norepinephrine and dopamine. These neurotransmitters play pivotal roles in influencing mood and energy levels. With heightened dopamine levels and increased sensitivity of dopamine receptors, there's a synergistic effect, boosting energy levels and motivation. This is particularly beneficial for tasks requiring concentration, focus, and physical performance. By augmenting dopamine, caffeine can enhance productivity, making it a valuable aid for studying or working. Health and performance benefits. In addition to its psychological effects, caffeine offers numerous health and performance benefits. Scientific evidence affirms that coffee is generally beneficial for health. It contributes to better glycemic control, cardiovascular health, and even a reduced risk of cancer. These advantages are attributed to the presence of polyphenols, specifically the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects of polyphenols. Some individuals also report increased workout intensity, strength, and endurance when consuming caffeine before exercise. However, research suggests that a portion of these benefits might be due to the placebo effect, emphasizing the importance of belief in caffeine's efficiency. The placebo effect in exercise performance. Studies suggest that the belief in caffeine's performance-enhancing properties can sometimes have a more significant impact than the actual ingestion of caffeine. For instance, one study found that perceived caffeine intake led to greater performance improvements than actual caffeine consumption. Another study showed considerable mental effects from caffeine, but no significant enhancement in strength or power compared to a placebo. While caffeine does offer tangible benefits for exercise, particularly when taken in higher doses, it's crucial to acknowledge the role of psychological factors in maximizing its effectiveness. Caffeine and fat loss. Many people turn to caffeine in hopes of accelerating fat loss, but its direct impact on metabolism is limited. While it may slightly elevate metabolic rate, especially in those unaccustomed to it, the increase in energy expenditure is generally modest. Research even indicates that caffeine may have no effect on energy expenditure at all. However, one area where caffeine may aid in fat loss is through appetite suppression. Anecdotal reports and studies suggest that caffeine can reduce hunger, potentially leading to lower calorie intake. It's worth noting that this appetite-suppressing effect may not solely be attributed to caffeine, but also to other compounds found in coffee. Drawbacks and consideration. While caffeine offers various benefits, it's not without its drawbacks. One potential downside is the caffeine crash that some individuals experience roughly 5 or more hours after consumption. This can be problematic if you need sustained productivity later in the day. Additionally, caffeine can impact sleep quality even if consumed earlier in the day. It's essential to be mindful of your caffeine intake, as building tolerance to its effects can lead to diminishing returns. Trying to counteract tolerance by increasing dosage is often ineffective, as complete tolerance can develop at relatively low levels of consumption. Caffeine withdrawal and its symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms can occur even with relatively low caffeine intake. Just 100 milligrams per day, equivalent to 1 cup of coffee, can lead to withdrawal symptoms when discontinued. Common symptoms include headache, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, irritability, and impaired sleep. These symptoms arise due to changes in blood vessel size and sodium levels. It's crucial to stay hydrated and maintain sufficient sodium intake if you consume caffeine regularly. Overcoming caffeine withdrawal may require a period of adjustment, but it's a necessary step towards rational and sustainable caffeine consumption. Addressing misconceptions: adrenal burnout. Contrary to popular belief, consuming caffeine does not lead to adrenal burnout or fatigue. The concept of adrenal fatigue lacks substantial support in medical research. In reality, your adrenal glands are resilient and can function optimally over extended periods. What may occur, however, is that excessive caffeine consumption leads to saturation of adenosine receptors, resulting in diminished benefits and potential withdrawal symptoms. It's important to distinguish between tolerance to caffeine and mythical adrenal fatigue, focusing on rational caffeine dosing for sustained benefits. Understanding the science behind caffeine empowers us to make informed choices about its consumption. Whether you're seeking increased alertness, better performance, or appetite control, knowing the facts about caffeine is key. If you found this information valuable, be sure to subscribe for more insightful content.